Hello my friends, I am Ventox, your resident Fate Phantom fanatic, and today we are continuing to push through Section 11 of Lostbelt 7. We got through about 4 arrows here. The pace of this Lostbelt has definitely diminished a little bit in the opening of Section 2, but I am hoping that Lostbelt 7 Part 2 is gonna kick off at some point pretty soon. Zeke says, honestly, Lostbelt 7's high up there, still below Babylonia. Babylonia is going to be the peak for Fate Grand Order for me until, I think, the end of time. Lostbelt 7 has been a lot of fun, but the pace, the characters, everything in Lostbelt, or in Singularity 7 was fantastic for me. And specifically, the, genre shift that took place, where it just, suddenly becomes horror and all of the Lamu start showing up and everything gets really, really tense. That was amazing. Rolled for Tezcatlipoca. I did not roll for Tezcatlipoca. I'm a bit quiet. What do you mean I'm a bit quiet? What do you mean I'm quiet? Ah! My mic is as loud as I can make it. I have changed nothing. Ah, well. Did you like Lostbelt 6? I did like Lostbelt 6. I thought it was my settings. What do you mean? How? Okay, hang on. Let me go change some filters and see if I can fix that. Yeah, I am using the correct microphone. My computer is picking up the right mic. Alright, what if I change that? Has that made any difference? Huh, that is bizarre. Not much, tiny bit. Ah, man. I wish that I knew how audio worked. Well, we're gonna have to deal with it for now, and I'll try to fix it after the stream, I guess. If you're not hearing me super well, you'll just have to turn up the volume. So, Lostbelt 7. What has happened so far since Lostbelt 7 Part 2 opened up? It's not much, to be honest. We're just trying to repair the storm border, and so it's a series of little vignettes of us walking through Chichen Itza, talking to some of the dinos, giving them a history of proper human history, all that fun stuff. We haven't really had a whole lot of action, aside from being introduced to the playable Kukulkan unit in a series of basically throwaway fights. Now, with that said, Kukulkan is bonkers busted. I want Kukulkan very badly, and that is partially due to her character and design and everything, but oh boy, wow, that kit is kinda crazy, isn't it? So we're probably going to be adjusting our stream schedule a bit. I'm assuming that the gacha is going to go live Wednesday of this upcoming week. So rather than doing my usual Tuesday, Thursday weekend next week, I'm probably going to do Wednesday, Thursday, just so that I can roll for Kukulkan, right away. So that's what I think I'm planning on right now. Who cares about Cuckoo? I want Kamazotes. I agree with that. I would love Kamazotes, but I don't think we're going to be seeing him anytime soon. But yeah, that's basically all that we've got for Lostbelt 7 Part 2 so far. Now, we are jumping into a section which has 5 AP and an alter ego fight. So that leads me to believe that we might actually have some story progression, which would be very exciting at this point. Aha, I was confused about where we were at first. I don't think I've seen this background before, but this must be the engine room of the storm border. Hey, what's up, Shadow Destroyer? This is the worst/slowest part of Lostbelt 7. Once it picks up, it's smooth sailing ahead. Okay, that's good to hear. I figured that would probably be the case, especially because this is coming right off of the heels of a huge climactic battle moment. So when, as a writer, you want to give a little bit of breathing room after you've had a really intense story beat. Ah, I can't take it anymore. The engines are gonna fall apart unless we shut them down and tune them up. So that's just what I'm gonna do. Marine, tell Captain Jackass I'm gonna be shutting down all the Triton engines in an hour, and that it's gonna take at least 120 hours to completely overhaul them. What about power for the other facilities? Who cares how the rest of the body's doing if the heart gives out? I don't know about you guys, but I ain't planning to kill myself anytime soon. If the captain wants to overrule me, then today's the day I finally challenge him to a duel and become the main Nemo myself. I love that that is apparently a thing that the Nemo series is capable of. Surprise. Easy there, engineer. Let's just take a breath, okay? Here, try some of Baker's new rock salt ice cream. Nice and cold. I like it. And you don't need to challenge anyone to a duel. I'm completely on board with your plan. I have an idea that will help us supply power for that period of time. We can shut the engines down once I'm set. And as luck would have it, I happened to do a maintenance check on the external power relays just last night. Talk about timely. Anyway, I'll fill Da Vinci in on the plan. Oh, and I'm gonna need to borrow about 6 or so Marines. I couldn't help but overhear. Sounds like we're going to need a whole bunch of boxed lunches then. We've got plenty of yummy chicken, so I'll make chicken sandwiches for everyone. Ah, the Nemo series. One, I guess, kind of important story beat that we did have in the last few arrows was Rasputin being all suspicious, and then Kadok showing up and calling him out, and then Rasputin being like, well, we wouldn't want this house of cards that we've built up to come tumbling down, would we? And then Kadok being like, grr, you're right, but I still don't trust you. And that was basically it for that scene. And that's why we're putting together a hydroelectric generator next. I'll be coming along too this time. A hydroelectric generator? But there aren't any large rivers around here. It'll be like Nikola Tesla's Niagara Falls generator. I don't remember this. Was this a reference to some other event that I'm not recalling? Oh, you're right, Senpai. We did pass massive waterfalls, and they were every bit as big as Niagara Falls. Yep, Professor got the idea after reading your report. Everything we need is packed into these shipping containers. Normally, just getting everything there would take the better part of 2 days, but... these chicken sandwich things are tasty. But how come I have more than everyone else? As you can see, we already have a porter who will cut down the time considerably. I'm counting on you to convince her to help us. But what about you, Olga Marie? She's on her honeymoon. Quit bothering her. Yuo? I'm pretty sure she just stayed in her room all day yesterday.
She set out before the sun even arrived today. I expect she'll be back by evening.
How did she seem? She's been down in the dumps ever since we came back to Chichen Itza, so...
She seemed to be in extraordinarily good spirits.
Ha 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 ha! Rejoice, humanity! My body is finally recovered. So I'm off to destroy Mexico City right now. They should have known I'd never forget an injustice.
Hold on, please, Madam President. Don't you think it's a little too soon to be exercising military force? Yes, the Ocella may have been hunting dinos, but only in the jungle. Competition for survival in the jungle is natural for all living creatures. It doesn't merit military intervention.
Even though they're sacrificing dinos on their altars? No, Tesla did actually build a generator at Niagara Falls in real life, huh? Okay, today I learned.
Yes, even then. We are not invaders. We may defend ourselves, but we never launch an attack. And yet the last time we went to Mexico City, we snuck in and disrupted one of their most important religious ceremonies. To attack now would be pure aggression. There's no honor in that.
Who cares about honor? There's a cryptor there.
Destroying their entire city simply because you are annoyed at them would be a black mark on your presidential record. Or are you thinking of destroying Mexico City not as the ruler of this planet, but for the very personal reasons of wanting to improve the opinion of certain people have of you?
Of course I'm thinking about this as the sovereign of Earth. I always treat all of humankind equally, no matter the reason. Still, you're right, Tepeu. I'm going to go and give myself some time to cool down. I think she should have just gone and destroyed Mexico City. Did something happen with her?
She said she was going to go cool down. I don't blame her. Mictlan is very hot right now. But I could tell she was very worried about you two as well. For, well, many reasons.
As a Mexican, that sounded very funny. I stand by my opinion.
I see. We've been so busy we haven't had time to talk, and since she hasn't been at the border lately, it hasn't been any easier. But I'm glad it sounds like we'll have a chance to see her this evening.
I wonder if she really is in good spirits. Bro, you're oblivious as hell. She has remembered who she is. Or at least remembered a very key set of details about her past.
Oh, come to think of it, where did Wakchan run off to? He was still with you, Olga Marie, as of a couple of days ago.
Oh, Wakchan. I saw him out on the main street last night. His eyes were totally lifeless, like a dead fish. I asked him what was wrong, and he just kept muttering to himself. He said, "No, I've done it. I've really done it this time. And I'm an embarrassment to dinos everywhere."
Poor Wakchan.
So I decided to leave him alone. I'm sure he'll come back sooner or later, though.
Look, we've all had problems with our significant others. We all have been in the doghouse at one time or another. It'll turn around. Their marriage is fine. The happy couple will be a happy couple until the day they die. The honeymoon blues, exactly.
Ouch. Sound like he got dumped pretty hard. Where in the world did you take her, Wakchan?
Wakchan is a warrior, born and bred. The only special talents he has are face punching and body slamming. They are the same. At worst, he may have decided to subject her to his warrior dance for the entire night.
Oh, poor you, Olga Marie.
I see. That sounds like a very informative and productive use of time. I wish I could have been there for such a valuable experience. You know, this isn't anything new at this point, but Mash's Shielder spirit is seriously off the charts.
I'm curious about this. Oh, are we going to be fighting King Protea again?
Forget it. No way am I letting you build a generator here. You do understand that this is my home for the time being, right? I've been bored out of my skull all this time, so you'd better believe I'm going to at least make sure my life here is comfortable. Did you even bother to think what it'd be like for me to live with a generator here? Did it even cross your mind? Will you take responsibility if it short circuits and electrocutes me? Of course not, not at your pitiful size.
You're an alter now? Didn't we already know this? Is this news?
Surprised? Scared? Want to flee in terror? I love seeing the terror in your eyes.
I like her facial expressions in this costume.
I'm guessing you expected the meek, obedient Protea to be here waiting for you. Well, the truth is that here in Mictlan, I am the normal Protea. Last time you were here, I just disabled my authorization to thank you for freeing me from that mask. But I'm done playing at being cute for you. I'm a giant. I don't have to take orders from a little human. Mage or master, it makes no difference to me. As far as I'm concerned, all you tiny little humans are my slaves. If you don't like that, you can always run away. Just don't be surprised when I smush you with one slap of my hand. She's not being cooperative at all. What happened to her? Mesh's report said she was totally on our side. Yeah, we, kind of thought something like this might happen. You're pretty upset about something, huh, Protea? What is it? Are you hurt? We can take a look at you if you like. We're used to caring for whales, so it's no trouble.
Nemo Marine, that is not how you speak to a woman.
That's a lot of Marines. What happened to the one who was here before? I might be willing to listen to him. That Marine isn't here today, but don't worry. All of our feelings are synced up, so we like you just as much as he did. Look, I'm not being overly cautious or feeling anxious or anything like that, okay? I'm just standing up for my rights. I mean, how would you like it if someone built a generator as big as your bed in your room? Yeah, we definitely hate that. Well, Engineer would probably love it.
Well, when you put it like that, I guess we'll just scrap our entire plan.
There, you see? Now go on and get out of here before... No, wait. I just had amazing ideas. If you can meet my one condition, I'd be willing to let you build the generator. Whoa, really? That would be awesome. With you around, we wouldn't even need any heavy machinery. So, you only have one condition. What is it? I want you to fight me again. The idea of letting my loss against a human stand makes me sick to my stomach.
You want to fight us again with our current firepower?
Right. Of course you don't want to fight me. You know a fluke like that couldn't possibly happen twice. Ugh, you're so small, not just in body, but in mind too. Living must be so hard when you're that small in every possible sense. Want to try living in my mask instead? So what do you say, Ventox? If you win, I'll help build your generator and even keep an eye on it as long as you need. But if I win... well, even I can't bring myself to say what's in store for you. But trust me, it'll be good. Looks like as an alter, she's as competitive as she normally is shy. What are you gonna do, Ventox? Take her up on it. I don't really see that improving her mood, but...
it looks like we have no idea. Alright, Kukulkan. Go show King Protea what's for.
Or how about an apology, complete with an eternally binding contract? You could keep me around as your only Sakura 5 servant and get rid of all of your other high servants too while you're at it.
Okay, so of the Sakura 5, I think Passion Lip is probably my favorite, but I could trade her for King Protea if I had to. Other high servants. Is that like all of the goddess servants? Would that mean like Quetzalcoatl, for example? Because I'm not willing to give up Quetz for you, King Protea.
If you're willing to do that, I might be willing to consider... I put the containers down where you asked. What would you like me to do next? Fight! Oh man, Kukulkan versus King Protea. This is gonna be the biggest underworld battle ever. A fight, huh? Okay, you got it. This is really exciting, yes? Let's you and I have a good match, young lady. Was I seeing things, or did that lady just carry an actual mountain of containers here on her own? I must have been seeing things, right?
Domon is a high servant? Ah, yeah. Quetzalcoatl, Domon, sorry King Protea, but nah, we're just gonna fight instead. By the way, there's 2 nodes in this story that reward 10,000 bond points for 6 party members, so save at least 2 teapots for that. Thank you for the heads up on that. I think I only have 2 teapots. Oh, I have 3. Okay. Yeah, if you can just give me the heads up on when that's gonna happen, as long as I get to that point within the next 13 days, then I'll be very grateful. Alright, we can double Phantom, so I'm gonna do this. We have to bring Oberon because I need Bond. And... well, Foreigner's not really a good choice, so I'll bring Saber Fran, why not? This is probably going to be technically a boss fight, isn't it? See my above comment about the Nemos. The Nemo Marines take care of Giga Whales, like Vent and his NP5 God Juna and NP5 Summer Musashi. Those were 2 flukes. The fact that they happened back to back is mere coincidence. Giant killing, that's new. Oh, do you literally just have the same gimmick but again? No, you don't. Okay, cool. One thing that I find interesting, I don't know if there are any actual lore implications for this, but King Protea said that she just turned off her alterization for a little while. Is that a thing that alters can do? Can alters just like decide, nah, I'm gonna stop for a while? Because that feels at odds with a lot of what we've seen before. Giant killing. Immune against effects of infinite growth EX for 1 turn and remove 1 growth during a critical attack, and when successfully removed, increase crit damage for yourself. Okay. And extra damage against giants. It probably depends on the alter, because Saber Alter can't, though regular Saber can become an alter by pulling out her Hokage. That is true. That is canon, and I did know that ahead of time. Okay. Da Vinci, what can you do? I don't know what Ruler Da Vinci's kit is. Debuff immune, HP per turn, and battery per turn. Okay. Evade and crit strength. Okay, nothing I particularly want to use you for right now, so we're just going to switch Phantom in. Gonna adjust my mic position by just a bit. Now, I don't know if Phantom is going to be capable of landing a killing blow on this fight. But I definitely am going to want double Innocent Monster. Yeah, we really need to just be landing critical hits with Kukulkan so that we can strip those buff stacks. Hey, maybe don't. You can do that, that's fine. You can attack the other Phantom, I've prepared for that. She does have a battery in her kit, but I don't know if her AI would use it. This looks like this could actually be a challenging fight. Okay, those crits are nice though. Man, these crit stars are crazy. Crit star generation with Kukulkan double Phantom is just nearly guaranteed max crit stars per turn. Kinda whack, actually. Let's spend those crit stars. Yeah, the name of the game here really seems to just be land crits with Cuckoo. Okay, so now Oberon comes in, I believe. Okay. You know, maybe I should have charmed. Ooh, that's a nice Brave Chain, though. So let's charm now. She can't give battery to allies, right? Or can she? No, she can. Oh, good. Oh, but I can't. Problem is that I want to give the evade to Phantom next turn. Oh well, we'll see what happens here. Alright, so now what I have to do is go like this, do not expend, and then expend crit stars to give Phantom the evade. The evade is the crit star thing, right? Yeah. And then I guess Oberon probably still survives anyways because he has class advantage. So we're probably in decent shape anyway. We'll just go Arts Buster Quick here. And then if he survives, then I'll have his Noble Phantasm available. Oh, okay, so she's not gonna do her actual NP. Nice. Nice! That went very nicely. Okay. Well, maybe I shouldn't use Oberon's NP this turn. Or maybe I should. Yeah, I think I will. Because... Oh, wait, no, I still can, but I don't want to use Kukulkan after using his NP because that'll wake up King Protea, which I do not want. So I will still Innocent Monster here, but we're gonna go Buster. Actually, we'll do Buster, Buster, Rhyme Goodfellow. And then King Protea can go Nappy Bye. I might actually be able to break the bar here. Nice. So I did finally, after way too long, go see Wicked in theaters. I finally fulfilled my obligation. Okay, cool. End of the fight. Tier list update? I'll do that a little bit later. I'll give you guys my full thoughts a little bit later. Once we finish this arrow. What about Moana, though? When are you watching that musical? I mean, I've watched Moana. I actually have a lower opinion of Moana than most people do. And I can go into that in more detail at some point, too, but that's not the focus of my dialogue today. What the hell kind of servant was that? Hiding a divine spirit up your sleeve is no fair, you coward! Huh? She's not a servant, she's Kukulkan, the god of Mictlan?
So she's the king of this entire Lostbelt? How is that fair? How did you even get someone like that on your side? Circumstance and sentiment? Sentiment. A mutual, unspoken feeling. Wow, Ventox, I guess this means you and I are so close we don't even need words to communicate, and that's why you're getting grails. Anyway, that was a wonderful fight, King Protea. I'm sure Shoshitonal would be glad to lend you his strength. Would it be okay if I shook your hand? It's a great honor for me to meet a heroic spirit from proper human history. Lostbelt or not, I guess the fact that your name is Kukulkan means you really are a god. I never want to fight you again if I can help it, but here. Happy? I do enjoy King Protea Alter. Alright, so I just need to open those containers and line up their contents, right? This is so humiliating, but a promise is a promise. Now what exactly do I do with all that stuff? Thanks, Protea. This really is a huge help. Okay, I'd like to start by securing a flat patch of rock. Could I also ask you to help with making the scaffolding? Ah, geez, what a pain. There's so many different kinds of container here. This is gonna be really complicated, isn't it? Maybe I'll disable my alterization and foist all this work on the other Protea. Ugh, no, I can't do that. She'd just end up wrecking everything. I like that there's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing going on. Oh my god, the dinosaur has a little hard hat. Oh my god, this is amazing. Were there some dinos here just now? Oh yeah, they followed the Marines here. Said they'd help out too, because it looked fun. So I asked the strongest dinos to handle the installations, and the fast dinos to run the cable. Man, these dinos are all so smart, Kukulkan. They understood the concept of electricity in no time at all. It also didn't take them long at all to figure out that we're converting the water's potential energy into kinetic energy. Right? They may be different from the people of proper human history, but they're just as wonderful in their own way. Ugh, I'm exhausted. I still have plenty of energy, but all this intricate assembly work is running my mind ragged. You did great. Good job, Protea. Head pats for you. I would ask you to pay me back with a command spell, but I see you still don't have all of them back. If you've already cleared the second underworld, I guess you'll have to handle the third next. I'm sure you'll need to go to the lower levels eventually, even if it's just to restore your last command spell. Then again, you could always just track down the Bat Jerk and take them back more directly. I think I'd like that way better. If he ever shows his ugly face here again, I'm gonna grab him, rip out his spine, and grind him into bat jelly. Is Kamazote strong? Not strong enough to escape NPC hell? I don't know. But my inner Shoshitonal is telling me things like, don't fight the Bat God, and Kamazote is more terrifying than any god on Earth. Didn't we already fight him? But who knows, he didn't look like much to me. By the way, there's one more thing I wanted to ask you. Where's that loud, needy-looking, super annoying woman? You know, Olga Marie. We've been missing each other lately. I see. So she's not here. I liked how she so obviously looks down on all humans. But it was also obvious she wasn't from this planet. This may be weird coming from me, but she's Chaldea's enemy, right? You were smart to cut ties with her. But she still insists on tagging along. Why not bring her here? I'd be willing to talk to her for you. You sure you wouldn't be doing it for her? Either way, you really still are Protea, aren't you? Ah, blushing Alter. Cute. Cheeky little bastard. It really pisses me off when people act like they have everything figured out. I'm gonna tell you this one more time so you don't get the wrong idea. I'm not kidding when I say I don't care at all about holding back against humans or preserving life. The moment an insect that doesn't know his place talks back to me, I'll squish him on the spot. So please don't talk to me like you would the other Protea. I don't want to have to wash my hands every time we talk. Good, you're finally scared. That's what I wanted to see. Alright, see you later, itty-bitty command spellless master. Make sure you can actually hold your own again by the time I see you next. Alright.
Yeah, 1 arrow per about half an hour seems about right here. All right, real quick detour because I have my handy dandy tier list. So this is my movie musical tier list. We made this like ages ago. I don't know when. I was still probably like summertime that we made this. So this is just some random tier list. I did not put this together. Someone just sent this to me, and everything that is on this is what I ranked. I did not add Man of La Mancha, and I'll have to do that another time. But for right now, I did pull up Wicked. So just to kind of go over my criteria for what goes in here, because obviously this is one that I put a lot of deep thought into. S tier is like the favorite of the favorites. These are movies that you could say, hey, want to watch Chicago? And I would go, hell yeah. I would pop the popcorn. I'd be with my butt on that couch in 4 seconds flat because I love these movies so much. I think they are both excellent adaptations of the original stage musical, which is an important criteria. I think that the performances are great. They use cinematography to create something which could not be done in the original stage show. Like, they have some really excellent quality about them where they stand on their own really well, and they also honor the heritage of what they came from very well. So the S tier is fantastic. A tier is either like really, really good but just missing some X factor, or they are original movies in a lot of cases. We've got La La Land, which is not based on a stage show. Rocky Horror Picture Show was not based on a stage show. Mary Poppins was not based on a stage show. These are things, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, like, some of these are not based on stage musicals, but nonetheless, these are ones that I really, really like, but I'm not able to say they're like the peak of the peak for me. Everything further down is like, yeah, it's fine, to I didn't really like it, to wow, I really didn't like it, and then the have not seen tier. And also Song of the South is in its own tier. Don't watch Song of the South. Anyway, Wicked, as you might have guessed, is going towards one of the higher tiers. When I went into it, I have voiced concerns about Wicked, the movie, for a variety of reasons. First is Ariana Grande's acting, I was not really confident about. Second was the use of CGI. Third thing was pacing. Pacing is weird because they are splitting the movie between Act 1 and Act 2 of the stage show. So Wicked, the movie that's in theaters right now, ends at the end of Act 1 of the stage show. It is literally only half of the musical. There haven't really been any movie musicals that have done this before, so that was very questionable. You hear they turned Act 1 3 hours long, and that sets red flags. Yeah, exactly. So I really was not sure what we were doing with this. That said, I loved this movie. I think that this is one of the best movie musicals of the last decade. I think that they absolutely knocked it out of the park as far as film adaptations of stage musicals go. They really included a lot of details. The cinematography was fantastic. The story was well done for just being the beginning of the show through Act 1. Like, they did a really good job of adhering to what it was originally without altering it. They really didn't add much at all, except for they added about 3 or 4 minutes of a new original piece of music in the middle of a different number, which I don't normally love, but they executed it very well. And also, the 2 actresses who got those parts were the original Elphaba and Glinda, the original Broadway cast. The 2 main characters, who are Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel, they got to come back and have a cameo in the movie, which is just fantastic. Idina Menzel even got to do her iconic so that was really cool. My number one thing about this film that was like, oh, I love this, I actually love watching this, is, God, it is so refreshing to have a movie musical that has choreography. I mean, good, solid dance numbers and choreography. Like, that opening just drew me in so much. I was so locked in as soon as I saw them start dancing. I saw those group numbers. I saw the way that they were incorporating the musical beats into the choreography, the way that they used the music as cues for how the dance direction should go. There was some really creative stuff. Dancing Through Life was absolutely mind-blowing, dude. That like rotating library scene, so cool. And then him dancing on the books. We did that in Newsies. That's not original. Instead of books, it was newspapers, but I know Newsies is on here somewhere, I think. Is Newsies not on here? Huh. That is surprising. Well, anyways, Newsies did this before, but even so, it was still really cool. There are things that I, have some nitpicks about. My number one thing is I really wish that they had made it more vibrant in color, specifically in the opening. In the scene where they're in Munchkinland, I really wish that they had made the colors pop more, because it is an iconic location from The Wizard of Oz, which is the movie that introduced Technicolor to the world. Like, I really wish that the colors weren't so flat in that scene. But other than that, like, I was very pleased. So all of this basically unqualified praise for Wicked. Where am I putting it? At the very top of A tier. I cannot put it in S tier. I think it is a fantastic product. I think this movie is absolutely worth seeing, whether you have any experience with Wicked, the Broadway show, whether you have any experience with Broadway shows at all. I think this is a fantastic movie, but it is only half of the musical. It is only half of the story, and I cannot treat it as a full and complete product without seeing the second half. The second half is going to be interesting because the second half of Wicked is shorter than the first. So they're apparently going to be doing some rewrites, and I don't know how that's going to go. I do also want to comment on the music. I think there were some musical choices I didn't love. There were some musical choices I liked a lot better than in the original. So, it averages out to just being like, yeah, it was good. The casting, Cynthia Erivo, I believe is how her name is pronounced, absolutely killed it. She was a fantastic casting choice for Elphaba. Ariana Grande is a great singer. I don't love her music, but I will not sit here and deny that she is a fantastic singer. I wanted more from her acting, especially in the opening number. I really felt like she was dead from the lips up in No One Mourns the Wicked. Like, her singing to me felt like, good news, she's dead. Just everything was right here in the lower lip. So I wanted to see more of that. What was her name? I know her last name is Yo. Wicked cast. Where is she? Is she not on here? Well, the woman who played Madame Morrible, I think she was very, very good. We had Jeff Goldblum as the wizard. Michelle Yeoh. Yeah. Michelle Yeoh. She was very good. Jeff Goldblum, I think, was a great casting choice for the wizard. So I really, really did enjoy this film. I highly recommend it. And if you have any inkling, any remote desire to go and see this movie, please do. It's what I want out of movie musicals. Because, I mean, like, let's take a look at my top movie musicals here. I think only 2 of these were created... no, 3 of these were created in the 2000s. And none of them have been created within the last 20 years. It's very refreshing for me to see Wicked and La La Land up here, like these two, which are much newer than basically anything else on this list. I really, really hope that Hollywood sees that this is what audiences want so that we get more of it. Because let's take a look at some of the other ones that we've gotten from the last decade. Les Miserables, down here in B tier. Sweeney Todd, down here in B tier. The Greatest Showman, down here in C tier. Into the Woods, C tier. Like, these are not shot well. They're not composed well. I didn't even put the Cats movie on here because it wasn't on the list, but like, we all know where that would have gone. So I really, really hope that this movie is successful, because I really hope that the effort that went into it is shown on upcoming similar franchises. They want musicals cut in half a la Harry Potter. No, no, no. No, no, no. The Monkey's Paw Curls. It would go in C for Cats. I mean, to be fair, let's take a look here. Let's remember that I did not put the Cats Broadway version in D tier. I even put it above The Greatest Showman and High School Musical 2. Where did I put the first High School Musical? Ah, there we go. At the bottom of B tier. There we go. Yeah, so I think that Cats has some value. Anyway, now that we've gotten off of that tangent, back into Lostbelt 7. Oh, we get like actual... Okay, sure. Oh, shoot. Nope, hang on. I have to back out. Will Cats be with Song of the South? No, nothing will be with Song of the South. Song of the South is bad for reasons that extend beyond... Hello? What is happening? What is happening right now? I'm deeply confused. Okay. Shame on you, still in Atlantis. This is one of the teapot ones? Alright, so we're gonna have to actually build a team comp here, and I think Oberon seems like a pretty good starting point, given our class distribution. Castoria can just come up here. Okay, let's just go in with this as is and see what happens. You'll know when it's 10k, okay. $10k ones, yeah, I would imagine for something that gives 10,000 bond points, that's probably like the climax. That's probably, I would imagine, an Ort fight. Okay, Jason's Encouragement. Okay, so there's the Poseidon Core. And then Mr. Chiron. Okay, Clearnomia. Okay. What is happening here? Why is this happening? Man, it'd be really nice if Phantom of the Opera had a targetable taunt. That would fix a lot of my problems. Okay, so the Poseidon Core is not AoE. It just wants to attack Phantom. That's not very kind. I feel like I should just attack the Poseidon Core, to be honest. You can even use your command spells, that's true. What is happening? Why is this fight happening? I am deeply confused. Okay, we're just gonna charm the Poseidon Core right now, because it gets 2 attacks per turn. Was this a boss fight in Atlantis? I don't remember this. But it must have been. Okay, nighty night, Mr. Poseidon Core. It's story replay! Yay! We finally got story replay! Wasn't this the end boss of Atlantis? Was it? That is not what I remember. I remember fighting the Cerberus because they didn't yet have a model complete for Odysseus. Oh. Hey, maybe don't do that, please. I don't know what to do here. Castoria can't get a Noble Phantasm out. She could... Is Chiron single target? I think he is. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is charm the Poseidon Core, swap Castoria in, make Oberon invulnerable, and then lament the fact that I get an Oberon Brave Chain that I can't use. Let's break the bar here. Yeah, I do not remember anything from Lostbelt 5.1, to be honest. Remember when Jason used Medea's Mystic Code to not show that he is dying? Nope, don't remember that. Oh! Ah, I see. Okay. Good. I'm glad that I wasted that cooldown. Huh. Okay. We're gonna back on out of here. See, this fight was just put here so that people who have freshly rolled Tlaloc can make use of their new fancy pretender. I remember Timmy, of course. How could I forget Timmy? That was the most important part of Lostbelt 5. Okay, so I guess maybe I'll just have to bring MASH in at the appropriate time. And then... I don't have any other pretenders other than a Festion. But I do have a Berserker. Yeah, this'll do. Oh, actually, hang on. No, I have a CE that I specifically leveled up for her. There we go. This team should be okay, just gotta do something about the stun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so maybe I should deal with Chiron first. I mean, the Poseidon Core does get NP gain, but like, that's probably not my biggest problem here. I'm just gonna go ahead and swap Castoria in right now. Because then I can go 1, 2... Actually, I can probably even do 1, 2, 3. And that might just be enough to break Chiron's bar as well. Yeah, they're both dangerous in their own way, but the fact that one of them I can take 0 damage from and the other one I cannot take 0 damage from, the one that I cannot becomes my highest priority. Hey, what's up, Sen Poppy? Happy Sunday. Hey, let's go, Oberon. Protection of Sagittarius. Guts! Oh, amazing. Okay, so yeah, now that that has happened, he's taunted, which is like kind of a problem, but maybe not. I don't remember how much that Guts is, but if it's low, then that's perfect. So let's just go ahead and give Oberon some invincibility now. And then we're gonna aim for a Castoria Noble Phantasm. Just wait 3 more days and you'll have both a new Foreigner and a new Pretender for this fight. I am just really hoping that Gacha is kind to me. What is that? I didn't catch. Oh, just flat damage plus. That's not super helpful. Alright. We're gonna go Avalon Lefay. And then 1, 2, 3. Do we have explicit confirmation that Wednesday is going to be the new banner? Nice crits. Ah, Mind's Eye True, that's not helpful. Actually, I can still charm, so we're fine. Yeah, I'm gonna charm this turn, and then Noble Phantasm with Oberon next turn, and then we'll see what happens. Let's hit the Poseidon Core. It's never not been a week, except for Lostbelt 6 where they had it divided in 3 parts, yeah. Please don't kill Castoria. Please don't kill Castoria. Alright. So now we'll at least get to see how much Chiron's Guts is. I kind of want to heal Castoria, but I feel like that's probably not actually really worth it. Oberon is landing these crits, though. But yeah, so anyone who wasn't here at the beginning of the stream, I do plan on shaking up my stream schedule a little bit and doing a, oh, come on, 5,000. Doing a gacha stream on Wednesday instead of doing my usually scheduled stream on Tuesday. Okay, so Castoria gets a Noble Phantasm this turn. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Should I overcharge around Caliburn? I have to take Chiron out, I think. So maybe I should go over here and then do like Buster around Caliburn, Christine. Would an Oberon Buster crit deal 45,000 damage? I don't know how much this damage plus is. I don't think a crit would. You mentioned you were going to go into detail about thoughts on Wicked. You did miss that. Sorry, Senpapi. It's a 118 Oberon, you tell me. Well, I don't think a regular Buster would deal 22,500. I feel like the Oberon cards will be close to enough that you can afford to overcharge Castoria's NP instead. You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. I think we're just gonna go with it and hope that I don't mess up. Okay, phew. Yeah, we're fine. If Phantom does less than 20k, then I'll be very shocked. Okay. Whew. Spooky. So this does buy me a little bit of time, and maybe it would have been wise to heal Castoria. Well, that was a lot of things. I didn't necessarily love that. Hey, maybe don't. You know what? I will heal Castoria because if she survives one more turn, I get a bunch of very valuable skills back. And so if she can just survive a hit, then that's still useful. Now, I do still have support Phantom in the back. I've got Mash as well. And I think I've got... Who did I put in? Fran? Domon? Someone. Ah, darn. Oh, X-Alter, that's right. Yeah, X-Alter's probably not my, my go-to in this particular circumstance. Is that just 2 hits of invulnerability? Okay. Does Mash have Invuln Pierce on this? I don't remember. No, she has Ignore Defense. It's still going to be worth it for me to use Paradox Cylinder here, though. Paradox Cylinder, then Black Barrel, then 1, 2, 3. Nice. Oh, third skill has Invuln Pierce. Okay. You see, I don't love that. Well, I'm gonna taunt with Mash here. That allows me to use Innocent Monster, and then I can Brave Chain with Oberon. I would like crits. Man, that thing does damage. So I've got X Alter and then 2 Phantoms. Should I use the charms proactively, or should I use them for delaying? I think I should use them proactively, to be honest. I don't know. I'm gonna Innocent Monster still, because crit stars are good. We've got to do some damage. We don't really have much choice otherwise. But I do want to get Phantom a Noble Phantasm, so I'll do this. Hey, please don't kill my actual DPS. Also, I don't like that debuff immune. That's very rude. How long does that last? 3? Oh, wow, I should have used it. Oh, I should have used those charms. So now I just have to waste one of them in order to clear that. All right, we'll do it. We'll just get rid of it so that I can charm you now. Phantom still has 1 hit of invulnerability left on Volumen, I think. No, he doesn't. Oh, I may have just completely screwed up. Maybe I should have saved it. Okay, well, that's fine. This is fine. .jpg. Do this for extra crit damage. And then Mighty Chain. And then next turn, a Phantom Brave Chain will kill. Oh, come on. Oh, come on! Neither of them crit? Really? Oh, man. GG. Oh, I screwed up bad. I screwed up real bad. We got MC attack up? Yes, we do. So I guess I kind of just gotta do this. Man, if I had gotten like any crits there, that feels bad. That feels so bad. I deserved that win. Game cheated. What a bizarre fight. Why am I doing this? Getting destroyed by his own hubris, yep. Well, we know what strategy we need to deal. We just have to take out Chiron as quick as possible. Why are you fighting it, or why is it happening? Both. Why are we here? Just to suffer, indeed. There's a part of me that wants to forego some of the rules because we've already done this fight. And so like anytime I'm doing recollections or whatever, I always say I've done it before, I don't need to do it again. Unfortunately, I didn't get the great opening hand that I needed, so I wasn't able to also work on breaking the Poseidon core. And there goes one. Thanks for the heal, Jason. I do remember relying on particular Jason cards that I did not get. Or not cards, but particular Jason RNG. Yeah, I'll probably get an Oberon NP next turn, so we'll target the Poseidon core for now, I guess. Ben's more powerful now. He can handle this, but do I want to handle this? Is it fun to handle this? Oh, I am so dumb. I didn't realize it had a full charge. All right. Are you not having fun? It's not that I'm not having fun, but I don't feel like this is contributing to like something novel or fresh or new with the Lostbelt, you know? Like part of the fun challenge is, hey, I've never encountered this before. How are we gonna figure it out? Tez requires 72 obsidian blades per skill, and they're not in the Pure Prism shop. Well, even once they're in the Pure Prism shop, you can only get like 100 of them, right? So you're gonna have to do some grinding no matter what. Unfortunately, I'm sure that I'm going to have to be doing some grinding for Kukulkan as well. See, here's the thing, story replay is desirable on command. I mean, with how you don't remember it all, it's practically a new experience. That is true. That is true. All right, Castoria in, Phantom out. Innocent Monster on. I don't know if I can actually break Chiron here. We're gonna try. Let's do that. JP introduced a feature to let you restock materials once for a maximum of 200, huh? At that point, just add an extra 100, well, I guess if you're choosing which mats, then it doesn't quite work that way. FGO's got a lot of bizarre design decisions. Sucks that we couldn't break, oh, come on! Okay, we're gonna break Poseidon's bar here with this Brave Chain. Man, that's rough. Maybe we're not going to. If we can't land Buster Crits, there we go. Yeah, I think what I am most likely to do is use my... That's just GG, right? I thought that it targeted whoever broke the bar. Apparently that was not correct. Do you still know what you did here 2 years ago? I have no clue what I did here 2 years ago. Also, that was like closer to 3 years ago, wasn't it? Hey, wait a minute. I thought someone said that I don't spend AP anymore if I don't win a fight in a main story. Is that not a thing? Has that not been implemented? That's on JP? Nah, someone said that that's on NA now. I've been lied to. Typical go far the first time, then immediately fail the next several because we don't respect. It's not respecting, it's just not knowing the mechanics. Select fights, fights that they expect you not to win on first try. Oh, that is so dumb. That is so frustrating. Pity you didn't have VODs back then. The thing is, I do have VODs, but they get automatically deleted after 2 months, I believe, because Twitch doesn't, you know, want to store all of that data. Okay, this probably does break Chiron's bar. Yeah, it is kind of RNG whether or not I get the hand that I need on turn 1. If I get both of Oberon's Buster cards, then I can break both of their bars, or nearly break both of their bars on turn 1. Thanks, Jason. I should have done Innocent Monster, but that's okay. What class at base has the highest NP, or sorry, crit star gather? Is it Assassin? Thank you for the crit stars. Rider, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think it's just RNG as to whether or not this works. A 100% Castoria crit definitely gets me the NP that I need, but I'm about to break the bar on the Poseidon Core, and if it decides to target Castoria with the stun, then just GG, I think. I think I need it to target Oberon, actually. Okay, good. Because now that lets me charm Chiron. And then I'm safe to go arts, 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 and that gets me Phantom's NP and sets me up to do... Nope, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. God, man. I hate the Poseidon Core so much. I hate the Poseidon Core. Vent left his brain at home. I left my brain in bed, tucked in nice and warm. This is the reason why it takes me 6 months to finish a Lostbelt. First is Rider, and second is tied between Archer and Foreigner. Really? I did not realize Foreigner had such high crit star gather. Yeah, I am looking for 120 support Phantom if I can. It took you 6 months because Fluffy walled you. I mean, Fluffy is a unique circumstance. Fluffy definitely did wall me. Okay, that's fine. One other thing that I finished recently, I finished Season 4, the most recent season of the show Only Murders in the Building, which, very fun, good show, highly recommended. It is murder mystery, so of course I am drawn to it. This is not a great opening hand. Matter of fact, this is a pretty dreadful opening hand. I might not even be able to break the bar. Yeah, I am definitely looking forward to never ever doing Fluffy ever again, though. I might just have to restart this one. Yeah, that's just not enough damage. Well, let's... Nah, because I just Okay. We're gonna keep trying. We're just gonna see this through and see what happens. Maybe we can finagle something. I really just don't want to have to... Well, I suppose I can overcharge Castoria now. Yeah, actually, let's do that. 1, 2, 3. We'll get a little bit of damage on Chiron. We'll be able to survive a hit from the Poseidon core. Some fun facts. With your 387 plus 1 attempts at 26 AP a pop, you spent 10,088 AP on Fluffy. What's that divided by 100 and... what, 40 I think is my current AP maximum? Like, how many apples did I spend overall? Around 72, yeah. God, man. I wish I had those apples. I don't love my choices here. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna go with. I've got one turn of leeway to take out Chiron, and if I can, then cool. If not, then we're in trouble. Okay. That's probably fine. Now I can charm him. Go 1, 2, actually 1, 2, 3. We'll deal damage. Oh no. Oh yes! Oh, perfect! Okay, cool. I'm still probably in trouble though, because I'm gonna need to get a Castoria NP that I don't think I can. No, I can't. Well, I could keep someone alive. Phantom will survive because he's got volume in. So I could either keep Castoria alive or Oberon alive. When Oberon dies, Mash comes in, so I don't really have a DPS if I let Castoria survive. So I guess I'm gonna have to go with keeping Oberon alive. So, sorry Castoria, I love ya, but this is gonna be it. What do you mean? I thought he was immune to debuffs. Immune to incapacit. Okay, sure. Thanks, Jason. We'll go 1, 2, 3. No crits. Feels bad. All right. Now I'm kind of back into a DPS race is my problem, because Phantom only has so many hits of invulnerability, and if he loses them, then he gets one shot by the Poseidon Core's NP. Oh, that's right. I don't have my normal command codes on my Phantom. I forgot that we changed them for that one fight. I was relying on crits. Ow. Oh, this is yikes. This is not going great. Okay, I did get the Oberon NP, so that's good. You know who might be useful for this? Jean? Yeah, actually, you are correct. I did choose to keep a taunt up for the turns that I would be fighting or breaking the Poseidon Core's bar. That was very deliberate. Okay. Now I'll be able to survive the next 3 turns taking 0 damage, so that's good. I don't remember what happens on the other break bar. I think it just gets a bunch of buffs. can probably loop if you can use Oberon NP Quick Arts. The thing is, I don't want to waste 2 face cards worth of damage, especially when I've got a chance of critting on them. Like, yes, I could probably loop, but I could also just do the damage now and not have to save it for later. Especially if I can just break the bar this turn. That's probably a big if, but if it works, then that's big reward. Okay, landing both of those crits, that's pretty good. I think that did it. I think that broke the bar. Oh no, never mind. Oberon's damage numbers are half of what I thought they were. Yeah, that was nowhere near close. I stand very corrected. Well, we take the Brave Chain. The good news is X Alter is very capable of doing damage when she comes out. As always, Karm is proven right, yeah. That is a pretty persistent refrain on this channel. However, I don't think that that's the end of the world because I still got the same number of turns out of it. Because I'm still going to get to use an Oberon NP on this turn. And we have a Phantom NP in the chamber all ready to go. So this should take the Poseidon Core pretty low. Not like deeply, deeply low, but enough that face cards and a Noble Phantasm probably can carry me pretty far. Anyone know when the new mats will be added to the PP shop? I would assume probably on the same day that the new banner goes live. Did Phantom have Universal Charm the last time Vent did this? Yes. Yes, he did. I think. Now what I could do is brick Oberon right now so that the Poseidon Core doesn't attack anymore after it kills him. Which I think is a good idea, and so I'm going to do it. And then I'm just gonna go Buster Quick Quick. I could have gone Quick 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 for higher crit chance. But I think that was fine. The very rare 99% Noble Phantasm. Okay. Alter does not have Ignore Invincible on her Craft Essence, and she doesn't have it anywhere in her kit that I recall. So I could probably do a critical Brave Chain and not kill because this is 2 hits of invulnerability. That's right, people. Vent did this without Phantom's Charm and buff removal. Really, that was not active at that time. That's crazy. Hey, what's up, Prelictor? Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Maybe I should hedge my bets and not use the heal. I think that's probably wise. Let's do this. Yeah, because if I can just get a Phantom NP, then we're probably good. Oh boy. Alright. All according to Cake. That looks like a GG to me. Fare thee well, Poseidon Core. I don't know why we are fighting you, but it was a good attempt. I wish drop rates were higher. I mean, if the drop rates were higher, then why would you even play the game, right? You have to have something to work towards. Just to check, are there walled by Poseidon on the bingo? I don't think so. Let me take a look here. Oh, have we had this at any point? I don't think we have. Still no caster boss fight, which is kind of surprising. This one, I don't think is going to happen because the Lostbelt King is Kukulkan. If the Lostbelt King was Tezcatlipoca, then I might be able to justify it by being like, oh yeah, the Ocelame. But I don't think that that's going to pan out here, unfortunately. Atlantis 5.1 released December 2019, strengthening events favorite servant skill upgrade August 2020. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't take that long to finish Atlantis. Wasn't the previous story chapter 4 nodes in a row with no fights the Chichen Itza chapter? No, there were fights, because those were all fights where we got introduced to Kukulkan, how she works, right? Unless you mean like the original Life in Chichen Itza part 1. But I don't recall. Someone may have to look up the story nodes that we've had up to this point to see if I've missed a bingo. Ah, we were telling the story to all of the dinos. Okay. I ended up going right from Russia to Atlantis.
Amazing. A world almost entirely covered by water. And so deep, too. How permeable was the water? How far could the sunlight travel through it? Did its people have different ways for surviving in each layer, unlike us? If we measure proper human histories units, I'm told the average depth is about 3,700 meters. The deepest trench supposedly extends downward by over 10,000 meters. I can only imagine the intensity of the pressure, and the cold. Would aquatic dinos be able to survive there? Oh wait, that's probably too deep for them to get any sunlight. And I suppose no dinos could get by in a world without the sun's blessings.
I see. So Artemis was shot down. I was really hoping for an epic land battle. Still, this Orion guy sounds amazing. Satellite or not, I can't believe he shot down a celestial body. I bet he's a gallant, stoic archer with shining eyes and a fully mechanical body that looks perfect in the moonlight.
Sure, whatever you say, whatever you want to convince yourself of, Cuckoo.
Hey, why'd this Poseidon guy keep calling for someone who wasn't even there?
The immediate danger at the time had to be you, right, big bro Ventox? So why didn't he shout out your name instead? Like, when you're passing or shooting a Shokta ball?
You're such a child, bro, can't you tell? It's all about love.
Anyway, I want to talk about Hephaestus. Imagine a machine that builds other machines. Oh, and the machine was even bald.
Since Hephaestus isn't here to defend himself, I should tell you that machines probably don't go bald.
Something about that Timmy guy bothers me, though. I can't really tell why. Do you know why, bro? Probably because he was a child, just like you. Ouch. There were things that mattered to him, it just took him too long to realize how important they really were. Go away, I don't like you.
I'm glad to see the dinos are enjoying our stories of Atlantis, too. At first, I thought telling them about the other Lostbelts was a bad idea, but...
It's alright, Mash. This is what the King of Dinosaurs, and above all, we ourselves wanted. As for you, Ventox, I must thank you for your judicious and objective account of these events.
Hey, if anything, we should be thanking you. We're really grateful for all you've done. All of you dinos who have shown up to help with repairing the border have been a huge help.
Would the Dino King count as a child companion? So I was just thinking the same thing. Either the Dino King or some of the Deinonychus 11 brothers probably do actually count. I'm gonna wait and see a little bit more. I'm kind of 50-50 on this, but like if the Dino King ever goes any place with us, then absolutely that will count. So I'm waiting to see if that ever happens. Because as it stands right now, we haven't really like had them journeying with us.
And above all, you guys have welcomed us with open arms, even knowing the relationship between proper human history and Lostbelts.
Why is that something to be grateful for?
Dino Bros count to me because they were our soccer team. Oh, that's true. That's true. Maybe the Dino Bros may be older than us, but they still refer to each other as children. Right? Like, hey, he was a child, just like you. They did go to the storm border. That is true. They did journey with us between Chichen Itza and the storm border.
Ah, now I see. Is it because you came from the correct history and we come from the one that was meant to be pruned away? Then please rest assured, we dinos have never been much for comparing ourselves to others. That guy is more talented me. That guy is luckier than I am. So I'm going to take what I'm missing and knock him down a peg to even things out. We don't get those kinds of feelings, we just never compare ourselves to others.
Why does dino racism exist then? Literally, you have talked to me about how dinos with wings who like fly or are aquatic are ostracized from conventional dinosaur society. What do you mean people don't compare themselves to others?
That's right. So we also have very little interest in how things could have been different for either of us. We'd much rather hear stories of other possibilities. Quite simply, the dinos are enthralled by the pictures your stories paint. Difficult journeys, enjoyable ones, those you wish to overcome, and those you wish you didn't have to leave behind. You must have experienced so many different kinds. As a result, your words sparkle with a life of their own. The passion you so clearly feel brings these perished worlds to life for us in the form of your stories.
So, you dinos are enjoying these stories of Lostbelts as if you'd been there yourselves. I was adjusting my microphone and then accidentally hit the mute button. I didn't think even one of you had a curious bone in your body. And in consequence, I am left entirely unprotected. What happened to my security detail? Well, idiot, I only agreed to become the Dino's king because you said that they would do whatever I told them. You say that, but weren't you enjoying yourself too, King? Especially the part with Odysseus. I remember you shouting, "Hell yeah, serves you right," and "Way to go!" You even looked pretty excited. Thank you, cheers, Loogie. Idiot, it's not the Lostbelt talk I was enjoying. Anyway, it's time for the sun to rest. Forget other worlds for now and tend to your own lives. Alright, dinos, go on, get out of here. I want you all back in your own quarters once I light the bonfire. If you still want to talk about these stories, go back home and do it with your families. Time's precious, don't waste it. Man, they really just created sprites for so many different types of dinosaur. I'm kind of surprised. I'm returning to the throne. You come too, idiot. Why? I don't have any business with you right now. You haven't touched the Solar Sojourn once since you started hanging around Chaldea, right? Don't you need to hear the whole bunch's opinion to know what's what? Though it's no skin off my nose if you bite the dust as a result. Oh right, I forgot about that. Okay everyone, I'm going to spend the night at the altar. See you all tomorrow! Looks like it's just us. Alright, I've got some good news for you two. Both the Storm Borders command room and Caddock's room have all been fixed up. Okay, no. That was weird. So if you want, you can spend your nights in the border from now on. What do you want to do? I want to spend time with Tepeyu, man. He's my bro. I think I'd like to keep staying at Tepeyu's house while we're in the city, if that's okay. Same. Yes, and we can have dinner with Olga Marie. There's a new corn recipe I've been wanting to try. Da Vinci, what's going on with Olga Marie? Yeah, the Chaldea staff came to a consensus about her. Even without her memories, you Olga Marie is dangerous. Above all, she's the enemy waiting for us at the end of all of this. But she's also been helpful during our time here. And so with all of that in mind, none of the staff voted to turn her help away.
Having said that, more than half are against her coming aboard the Stormboarder, myself included. If we could negotiate peace with the foreign god, that would be the best possible solution. And yes, as she is now, that's a very real possibility, though admittedly a slim one. You see, once she regains her memories, it's all over. Trismegistus II says that her memory loss is a temporary condition brought on by physical dysfunction. Once she makes a full physical recovery, her memories will return, meaning she'll once more be an enemy of humanity. When that happens, we won't be able to avoid a fight. As we are now, we have no chance against the foreign god, even weakened as she is. For the moment, all we can do is finish repairing the ship before she regains her memories and power, and make sure we have all of our ducks in a row. After that, we'll have to make a choice. Do we trust her or not? Do we take initiative or not?
So, do we attack first or not?
Even were the Stormboarder completely repaired, we still wouldn't stand a chance against a fully powered foreign god. That was made pretty clear when we challenged her and lost.
I mean, she did eat 7 grands, so...
So if we're going to attack Uolgamer, the foreign god, it has to be now before she regains her memories. I understand the thinking, but actually doing that would be terrible. Attacking an enemy is one thing, but I refuse to attack an ally who trusts us. So you're against it. Got it. What about you, Ventox? Are you in favor of attacking the foreign god while we have the chance?
Yeah, I kind of am. Here's the thing, I knew the original Olga Marie for all of about 7.5 minutes. I'm not particularly attached to her, and tactically this feels like the smart move.
That's a relief to hear. Now I'm sure things will work out. Even once you two learned we might be able to win if we launched a preemptive attack, you still refused. You chose emotion over cold logic, and that makes all the difference. For better or worse, humans are reciprocal creatures. If we're treated in a cold and calculating manner, we respond in turn. The same is true of kindness and trust. That means there's an excellent chance your feelings here will lead us to the results that we want. Namely, a chance that she will still be our friend when she regains her memories. A chance she'll remain who she is now. That she'll want to remain who she is now, even if she returns to who she was. I think that would be the best possible outcome, too. I mean, she looks like she's really enjoying herself now. Even Kaddock said so. As much as Mash's changes shocked me, the changes in her have been an even bigger surprise. I don't know what kind of connection she has to the original Olga Marie, but I guess she's a lot more playful at heart than I realized. Trismegistus II may be great at predicting results, but it has no understanding of nuanced feelings like these. So even Kaddock agrees. Yep. So with all of this in mind, I'd like you to keep the relationship you have with you, Olga Marie, going. I'd still rather she not come aboard the ship, but if you insist, I'm willing to reconsider. The other staff had some pretty legitimate concerns too, but if push comes to shove, I think we can manage a compromise. Anyway, we can't go too far from the border, but I'd like you two to continue staying here in Chichen Itza. Just make sure you're on time for the morning briefing tomorrow. We've been putting it off for a while now, but starting tomorrow we're resuming our original mission plan, conquering this Lostbelt and finding Ort. So keep your wits about you.
I mean, it feels like Ort's gotta be in the lowest level of the Singularity, right? Or of the Lostbelt, like down at the 9th layer. Strategically, Ort is a way bigger priority right now, and Olga could be a valuable asset against it. So maybe I'm misunderstanding how this functions, but my understanding was if we can eliminate the Lostbelt by whatever means possible, the threat of Ort vanishes. Like, Ort is only a threat in this Lostbelt because it is a Lostbelt. In proper human history, i.e. on the bleached earth, Ort is not an issue. So there is no evident Lostbelt tree, which I think would be our first priority, is figuring out how to dispose of the Lostbelt, because once that's done, we never even have to bother with Ort. And so if we can do that before you, Olga Marie, remembers who she is and like fully recovers, then boom, problem solved. Now, obviously, this being a Fate Grand Order story, that's not going to happen. But consider, do you really want to dispose of Tepeu? You make a good point. Maybe I should just let this become the proper human history. Such a cold man, quite the Wizard of Oz. Hey, spoilers. Spoilers for the Wizard of Oz. Tezcatlipoca did say Ort was going to awaken in a few days. It was 10 days, I believe. I haven't been keeping track, but every single one of these arrows, we've been seeing cycles of the sun setting and rising, or traveling through the Lostbelt. But attacking Olga doesn't help against the tree either. No, but if we can annihilate the tree and thus annihilate the Lostbelt, then annihilate Olga Marie, that's the best outcome.
We're back. Tepe, where's Olga Marie? Is she back yet?
You Olga Marie? No, I don't think she is. I did just see her on the main street, though. It looked like she was headed toward the altar.
Then we just must missed her. I'll go look for her.
You stay here and mash the corn, mash. Hello? This Lostbelt is really doing things to my capture card.
I'd prefer that too. The corn you crush with your shield is so smooth and soft you can't even tell that it used to be corn. It's by far the best mashed corn I've ever had. I'd love to see you use your shield to grind cacao beans next.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored. Though I doubt the rest of the Round Table Knights would be happy about this.
I mean, I feel like not Castoria, Artoria has done things with her sword that probably aren't necessarily befitting of its high honored status. I wonder if we'll run into David again. Yeah, just go shopping and run into David again. Unfortunate that I specified on the bingo board that he helps us at the last minute. Because if I had not said at the last minute, him giving us like the medicine and the plants and whatever would have counted. Nothing will compare to Musashi eating udon on the grill, on the Grail. Yeah, exactly. That whole singularity only happened because Musashi just wanted to eat ramen. I respect that. What? I wasn't hiding to avoid an awkward situation or anything. I just felt like a little detour, you know how it is. Sometimes you take a few odd turns when you're flying around. I wouldn't know, I can't fly. Right, you can't, can you? I guess humans and dinos have that in common, except for the dinos who have been outcast from this not racist society because of their physical differences. So what is it already? You stopped me for a reason, right? Let's go back to Tepeu's house together. Together, as in with you? I see, so you're still here in your capacity as my secretary. Admirable work ethic. Then I suppose I can head back. I already have a perfect understanding of Chichen Itza's layout anyway. At this point, I can handle an ocelotl invasion no matter what tricks they might pull. Won't even be hard. Not that I have a reason to defend this city. Is protecting humankind not central to your presidential platform? So how are things with you? Are the storm border repairs going well? I've noticed a lot of dinos coming and going. Looks like they're enjoying learning about technology from proper human history. You guys are good at making friends, aren't you? You did the same thing with me. Should we be telling her about the mission in the command room? Oh, you mean the bridge of your ship I visited before. So you managed to restore power. I'd rather not see that Gordolf guy's face again, but I'd love to see that place up and running. You said tomorrow morning, right? What kind of mission are you guys going to be resuming? Gathering more corn? Having said that, more than half are against her coming aboard the storm border, myself included. Ventox? Okay, I have to ask, is it okay if I come along too? Ooh, yikes. This would be really, really interesting if this was an actual choice that you could make. I get why they don't do it this way, but like, I really would find the story of FGO so much more engrossing if there were meaningful choices that had an impact on the narrative. And it doesn't seem that far out of the realm of reality to me when the game is a spin-off of a visual novel with different routes after all. Like, I really think it could be interesting. Has there ever been a gacha game that has different routes like a visual novel? Where like actual different scenes, set pieces, scenarios, and outcomes are available? Feels like that could be an unfulfilled niche. Forget it, I changed my mind. I don't care about your ship anyway. Besides, unlike you, I don't need a vehicle to fly. And I only promised to accompany you until you rendezvoused with Chaldea anyway. Go back without me. I still want to spend more time looking around the city. But save me some cornbread. I really like it. Cornbread, S tier. I don't know if something went wrong with my capture card or if it's just silent for now deliberately. I don't know what it is you're apologizing for. But if there's something weighing on your mind, maybe asking about it will help. So is there anything you want to ask me? Yes, quite a bit, actually. Did I, like, lower the volume on my phone on accident? I don't think so. I see. Good. Honestly, I don't think I could have answered you. Oh, and if you see Wakchan... Never mind, just forget it. Anyway, you have an early morning tomorrow, right? Go on then, shut down for the day and enjoy those dream things or whatever. So good night. No, I guess the audio in my capture card just broke. Interesting. Well, I think maybe this is a good opportunity for me to wrap up for today. A little bit shorter than usual, but we finished the chapter and we have a fragment to go for next. So, try closing FGO and opening it again? Yeah, we'll give that a try, and if that doesn't work, then we'll wrap it up while I try to fix the problem. Definitely one worth reading while it's fresh. Okay. Okay, so it was something just wrong with FGO. Weird. Okay, anyway. Never mind, we're not wrapping up stream just yet. Yeah, Lostbelt 7 is very weird with the capture cards. Fragment 2. There is Sword of Convalaria that has branching story in one of their game modes. Maybe I should make my own gacha game with branching story paths, and then I'll become a quadrillionaire. Long time no see, President Girl. Have you come for your revenge? I gotta say, I'm amazed you survived that. Guess you're right to call yourself a god. So all three of you are still alive. What an odd quirk of fate that we're all here together at the moment the world ends. Even if it is more of a preview.
Is this really what you want, David? Kirshtaria rebelled against the foreign god's machinations. He tried to use History of Emptiness to evolve all of humankind. But you're trying to eradicate us completely. That's...
Oh yo, what's up? That's me! That's no different than the foreign god's efforts to erase human history. I don't know who I am. Because after that servant killed me, I temporarily reset myself to reduce the strain that comes with a reboot.
When I woke up in that cave, all I could remember was my name, my purpose, and information I probably acquired from video records on an external storage unit. I am an alien named Hugh Olga Marie. My purpose is to take charge of foolish humankind and save the planet. Those two things are all I remembered. I have to say, even dead, I did a stellar job. There was no way anyone else could misinterpret something so simple. But, and maybe this was due to my reset, when I lost the ornaments that made me who I am, it exposed some parts of me which had until then been hidden. I began to feel my feelings much more freely. But differently, my judgment was impaired. I began ignoring my assigned order and instead prioritized my own decisions. And so I chose certain courses of action simply because I thought they were good. I liked doing that. I don't understand why, but when I was traveling with Ventox and Mash to Chichen Itza, the best word to describe how I felt is fulfilled. I was also interested in the organization that they said they belonged to. When I told them I'd help them, my brain was absolutely flooded with dopamine, and so I just chose to ignore the differences between the Earthlings and myself. I had this sense that everything would kind of work out somehow, even though I have no idea who I really am.
I'm here. I'm finally here. I'm seeing the best scenery in all Chichen Itza with the most beautiful woman I've ever laid eyes on.
I was completely at a loss for words. After I'd spent the whole day with Wok-chan the warriors, he showed me around the city. The last place we visited was neither a glamorous meeting hall nor a noisy stadium. It was a tranquil but unremarkable landscape, offering nothing more than a peaceful view of the whole city.
It's pretty, right? The sunlight's great for sure, but I also really like these nighttime lights. They say the bonfires are just to keep the darkness away, and that sunless nights are supposed to be for resting. But I like seeing the dino shadows cast by the flames. I like the pictures they paint on the walls. I guess it feels like really living somehow. Not just surviving like in the jungle.
Yo man, Wok-chan is so based. Not only is he a warrior of might, but he is a man of wisdom as well. This is a philosopher. This is the thinking man's dinosaur.
It's almost like we're leaving behind proof that we exist in places where there usually wouldn't be any. I know they're just shadows, but whenever I see one that looks like my old man, it always reminds me of him.
I didn't say anything in response. I couldn't. Because that's when it really hit me. This is a truly tranquil world. Dino society is downright utopian compared to human society. There's no comparison whatsoever. The fact that their strongest warrior's favorite place wasn't an arena for him to demonstrate his combat prowess, but a quiet place overlooking the entire city was undeniable proof.
Olga, what's wrong? Are you hurt? Or did you bang yourself on something? But I don't see any wound.
This is exactly the kind of world I wanted to create before I wound up like this. Even so, I can feel myself rejecting it. It's such a wonderful world, but I know I have no place in it. I am the sort of being who burns places like this to the ground. This is wrong. Too different.
What's different? The way you look? The way you're shaped? I mean, yeah, you're obviously different from us and from Ventox's group. But that doesn't bother me. All that matters is what's on the inside. Your heart. And your heart is beautiful. Your heart is exactly the color of the stars I saw at the observatory when I was a kid. It's spiky and cool, and it's got all 7 colors of the rainbow. It's not shaped like anyone else's.
My judgment was impaired. I was prioritizing my emotions. That's why I've had it. Go away. Get out of my sight.
Olga, what is it? Why are you so mad?
I've always hated lizards. From the first moment I saw you, I've been sick to my stomach. And you have the gall to put yourself on the same level as humanity? A species as ugly and stupid as yours could never be anything like humanity. I was so harsh with him. And so that Dinos, who once seemed so free-spirited, so innocent, so larger than life, slunk away forlorn, seeming like he'd shrunk to half his size.
Well, damn. Wakchan doesn't deserve this. Poor buddy. Oh, man.
I feel a wave of self-loathing so intense it makes me dizzy. My body's functions begin to fluctuate because of how sorry I feel for what I just did to Wakchan. I was lashing out, plain and simple. I must be more aggressive, short-tempered, and cowardly than I realized. I didn't have the courage to stop Wakchan from leaving or to apologize. Not then. Even now, I don't have the courage to join everyone else, so I'm spending another night wandering aimless and alone. Still, I have no idea what to do. My memory reset was only temporary. I can still remember what I forgot if I see it again. Which is why Tezcatlipoca. Seeing him made me remember something. I remember him killing me once, and I remember that when he did, he called me the Foreign God. I'm the Foreign God. Chaldea's sworn enemy. I may be proud of being an enemy of humanity, but I don't even want to think about being an enemy of Chaldea. I don't think I can go back to Tepeu's house right now. Not until I get my emotions all sorted out. Wow, I didn't even realize the sun had already left. Those proper human history stories are so interesting. There's so much more I want to hear about the Lostbelts. That Greece place sounded awesome. I'd love to visit it myself. They said machines like that, Thornborder, were all over their world. Can you imagine? The main street was filled with dinos talking about Chaldea. I guess Ventox is telling them stories about the Lostbelts at the Shokta Shrine. Why would they bother telling the dinos all that? It'll just let the dinos find out who did all this. Maybe Ventox and Mash don't know I'm the Foreign God. No, of course they don't. If they did, they would never have let me come along with them. Ventox doesn't know. Mash doesn't know. Nobody at Chaldea knows. They can't know. They can't. I'm not Dinos. I'm not human. I don't belong anywhere. But you know, as much as I'd like to hear more stories... Yeah, I know what you mean. Proper human history stories are fun, but they're also really sad. Fun, but sad. Of course they are. We couldn't ever really be part of that group, no matter how much we might want to. Forget it. I'm just going to stop thinking. I'm going to forget that I'm the Foreign God and go back to who I was before I went to Mexico City. But just when I was about to completely give in to desperation... Hey, there you are! Hey! I saw Ventox waving and coming my way. Aw. I normally lament giving villains in this game so much like depth and nuance and not having so many villains who are just black and white, like pure evil for the sake of being evil. For you, Olga Marie, I'm happy with that choice. I think this chapter is doing a really interesting job of setting up an ambiguity to her character, which as an audience member who doesn't know what's coming, I think that there's a lot of value to that. Because, like, I don't know if she's going to be the final boss. I don't know if she's ultimately going to be an ally. I don't know if she is going to be fighting against her nature. She was rude to Wakchan. She is pure evil. You know what? You make a good point. I rescind everything that I just said. Well, that was 2 0 AP story missions in a row, but gets interrupted, so that box is going unchecked for longer than I thought. It's black and white. Look at what she did to our poor Wakchan. Yeah, poor Dino, buddy. Do you try to talk normally as Ventox, or does your Gouda have a different voice? My Gouda has a slightly different voice, just because my normal speaking register is a little bit lower than what I do for most character registers. So, yeah, I would put, like, Gouda a little bit higher. I'd put him, like, up here. He's youthful, he's energetic, he is naive and trusting. So, yeah. One thing that I want to do that's on my list for 2025 is actually get a vocal coach for voice acting.
Not that I necessarily plan to go anywhere with that in the long term, not that I plan on like becoming a voice actor professionally, but it is something that I'd like to have some coaching on because I do it so much on stream, you know? When I'm doing Fate Grand Order, when I'm doing Danganronpa, basically the only game that I play that doesn't have me voicing 1,000 characters back to back is Elden Ring. So I'm gonna try to do that in 2025, but that is expensive, so it's gonna be when I am financially stable enough to do so. But anyway, that's going to be where we wrap it up for now. We finished section 11. We'll move on to section 12. Maybe Wednesday if the gacha goes quickly. Probably Thursday if the gacha doesn't go quickly. But thank you all for being here. I look forward to seeing you next time, and the next time we stream is probably going to be Kukulkan rolls, so I really hope to see you guys there. In the meantime, thanks for being here. Be kind to one another, be kind to yourselves, be safe, and as always, peace out. Good night, everybody, or good afternoon, or good day, good morning, whatever it is in your time zone. See you, and that is goodbye.